Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. There is this question which I've been thinking about, and maybe I can ask it on this platform. If you are to go to any part of the country, let's say Kisumu here, Siaya, Vihiga, you go to Eldoret, Kajiado, Isiolo, Mombasa, and ask Kenyans there who should be the prime suspect in the case of Albert Ojwang. Do you think those Kenyans will fail to give you the answer? Even you, if I were to pose the same question to you, will you fail to tell me who should be the prime suspect in the murder of Albert Ojwang? And by the way, who should be the prime suspect? Let me read in the comment section. Because let's face it, the police, when they addressed the media the first time, were very clear that Albert Ojwang was picked from his home in Homa Bay. And the reason he was picked was because Elijah Langat, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, had complained and ordered for his arrest. I want to take you back to some years back. There's a lady who used to be the Deputy Chief Justice, Nancy Baraza. Nancy Baraza was forced out of office because Nancy Baraza committed the slightest mistake of pinching the nose of a guard. In this case, if you are to ask any Kenyan who should be the prime suspect, Elijah Langat is going to be on top of that list. Not because he is guilty, but by the account that is the one who ordered for the arrest of this gentleman. Again, if you are to ask Kenyans who should be the first person to be arrested, their answer would also be the same, Elijah Langat. But as we speak, Elijah Langat has not been arrested. The people who have been arrested are some junior officers.
Ameuawa na Deputy Inspector General of Police anaitwa Langat. Si ndio? Na huyo ni mtu ya Ruto na Murkomen. There is a squad, a killer squad of 101 officers ambayo walitoka AP wakaingizwa katika National Intelligence Service. Hao ndio wamefanya kazi ya abduction na kuua Gen Z. William Ruto sasa amechukua huyu Langat, amemfanya komanda ya hiyo kikosi. Ndio huyu mtu anaitwa Ojwang amewekwa Central Police Station. Huyu Langat ametuma watu wameenda pale wameua yeye. Sasa pale Senate na National Assembly wanajaribu kufanya cover up. Huyu anajulikana mwenye kumuua. Tunataka kuambia William Ruto, huyu mtu yako anaitwa Langat akamatwe aende kotini ashitakiwe na kifo.
Which begs the question, are there attempts to protect Elijah Langat?
I want to talk to our police officers across the country. You have seen what has happened. Wewe unafuata amri ya mkubwa, unaenda mnapiga mtu mnaua. Mkubwa analindwa, wewe unakuwa sacrifice, unaenda kotini. DIG Langat anakuwa protected by Senate, by National Assembly, by Ruto, by everybody. OCS na ni kabila yake hako kwa bao. Constable anaitwa Mugwana hako kwa bao. I want to tell our police officers, don't obey unlawful orders.
Are there attempts to protect Elijah Langat? I want to take you back again to Senate. Was it this week or was it last week? This week, senators received guests. The Inspector General of Police, the Director General of CID, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior Kipchumba Murkomen, and other senior officials including IPOA officials. They were grilled. And during that grilling, the senator for Nandi called for the resignation of Kipchumba Murkomen. And for those who followed the proceedings, they kind of exchanged a bit. But that did not matter because these guys, they've always had that issue. But Oscar Sudi, who is a close ally of the president, made this comment. Because Cherargei posted something. Let me just read for you what Cherargei posted. For the record, CS Murkomen never taught me in any class of law. He was just making political statements to save his skin from accountability and his poor performance in the Ministry of Interior. He should answer Kenyans who killed Albert Ojwang, Father Alois Cheruiyot Bet, Father Maina, Angata Baragoi killings, criminal gangs in Nakuru and Mombasa. He must resign. How can an incompetent person teach me? It can't happen. That post by Cherargei angered Oscar Sudi. And this is what Oscar Sudi said. And this is where I'm coming to. This is what Oscar Sudi posted. Stop going through the corners by attacking the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen when you know very well it's President William Ruto you are targeting. Man up and face him directly. The question is, why was Oscar Sudi dragging the name of the president on this particular issue? Why the post by Cherargei is about the relevant issues, especially the murder of Albert Ojwang. Why was he dragging the name of the president? He's proceeding here. We are not fools, and we know what your heart is proceeding here. We are not fools, and we know that your heart is in Wamunyoro's camp. Be bold and cross over to serve your master freely. So the question is, why would he drag the name of the president and Wamunyoro on this particular matter? The truth of the matter is that as much as at the end of the day, Eliud Langat will go, because we'll have to go. The pressure is going to be so much for the president. But the truth is, President Ruto is not just going to let Langat go easily. In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why that is not going to happen easily. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two. Click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. And that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objectives. Nothing just happens out of mere coincidence. The other day, Wahome Puku shared a list of OCSs in Nairobi. And one thing was very clear, that Kamkunji, Central, Kilimani, which is normally the epicenter, Pangani, the epicenter of police operations in Nairobi, were led by Kalenjin, were led by people from one community, which is not bad because those are not the only OCSs in Nairobi. In Nairobi, I think they have over 50. So mentioning 8 out of 50 sometimes is unfair. But nothing happens out of mere coincidence.
Let me not turn tribal, but we all live in this country. What is the nexus between a Mr. Sigei, a Mr. Korir, a Mr. Talam, and the name that keeps on coming up at the DIG, Mr. Talam? What do they share in common? That all these names are all involved into this issue around the death of Albert. Oh, Langat, the DIG. So I want to know what they share in common. And
Kanja is supposed to retire. And this brings me to why Eliud Langat, if he will have to go, he will just have to go because William Ruto might not have options. Number one is the management of 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya, or that politics. want to take you back again to 2022. In 2022, something happened during the appointments of the returning officers. From nowhere, almost 20 out of 47 were from one community. Azimio did not make noise much, but William Ruto knew what he was doing. 2027 is going to be a do or die for William Samoei Arap Ruto. In 2007, Mwai Kibaki became the president of the Republic of Kenya, not because people voted for him. Raila defeated him. But what did he do? He used the security apparatus to manage the politics. So William Ruto, in my view, had schemed, and based on the qualifications of Elijah Langat, he knew, he was so sure that after the exit of Kanja, Langat was going to take over. And that's why Wamunyoro is clear that Langat was overseeing a squad. What he was not telling Kenyans is that that squad is supposed to manage the politics of the Republic of Kenya. Because of that, if he has to go, he will just go, but William Ruto would not want him to leave. That's number one. Number two is related to the point I've just explained. The succession within the police service. You know, some of these appointments, they are political. And the reason why Kanja was appointed, you know, Kome left. So it was going to be unfair to the mountain to lose that. But it would not be unfair for them if they lost it after the retirement of this guy. Because that position is not a preserve of their own. Based on the qualification of Elijah Langat, because he's highly qualified, he was going to be at the center of that succession politics. He was going to be in charge after the exit of Kanja, who is supposed to retire next year, by the way. Number three, and we need to call a spade a spade. Maybe there are special assignments this guy was given. For those who follow or who are very keen in the last election, William Ruto outwitted the deep state and the system. Why? It's because of the intelligence, and he was able to penetrate and infiltrate Raila Odinga's camp. Someone like Monica Juma was given special assignment. We tutakuplan hapo, whatever they are planning, you share. Based on what Rigathi Gachagua has been telling Kenyans, Kanja has been assigned a special assignment. If you were to go, what will it mean? Someone else will have to be assigned those tasks. And because everything has timelines, maybe they knew that by this time we should have done this, by this time we should have done this. The new person will come. And I can assure you, if Kanja had a team he was working with, the new person would not work with those team. He might want to come up with his own team. And because of that, it's going to be very difficult to let Kanja go. I mean, to let Elijah Langat go. And lastly, there is this story about division or power struggle within the police force. That there's a camp aligned to Kanja, then there's another one aligned to Langat. We all know where William Ruto's heart is. That camp by Langat is so powerful. They had rendered Kanja, not that powerful. If Langat were to leave, who would be powerful? Listen to this guy explaining it.
They just allow investigation to take place. So the truth of the matter is that there's a battle between Kanja and Langat, isn't it? And who is winning now? The person winning is Kanja, because Kanja at least did not involve himself in killing who? Ojwang. But Kanja could have been weaker had Langat not committed this crime. And that's why you're realizing that within the police, there are people who will follow Kanja and people who will follow who? Langat. And that's why you see there's a lot of inconsistency and information in flowing. I'm telling you, so many police officers are reaching out to us to volunteer information. And also I want to tell these people, we have Gen Z in the police unit. They are not going to let their fellow Gen Z lie there with the lies. They're giving us the truth. We are having 1 minute by 1 minute. Like now, as I sit here, the kind of information we have. The policemen who went to Homa Bay, I have their name plus their phone numbers. You get me? The border who picked them and took them to Ojwang's home, I have their name and phone numbers. Isn't it? As we speak now, the OCS Moego police station, who is a lady, I have her name plus phone numbers and her relatives and what she said after Ojwang left before knowing that Ojwang will die. You know, a statement that she gave before or before Ojwang was, after Ojwang was picked, but had not got news Ojwang is dead, that statement reveals a lot more truth than even what you are hearing. So you just wait for the defense to, for the prosecution to begin. The kind of information you want to bring will be, but then don't believe I power. The most dangerous letter in I power is the word I, independent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, if William Ruto had power, Eliud Langat would stay. But the truth is, Eliud Langat will have to go to save William Ruto, because even if he were to remain, tell me if Kenyans will accept him as the new IG in future. I doubt. I doubt. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.